the dirt, no rest for the real. Still spine straight, I'm a soldier, no chill. Snakes in the grass, they creep and conceal. 20/30 vision, better sharpen your steel. We won't stop, I won't quit. Stand for the truth, no counterfeit. Real ones rise, let the fake ones split. Prepare for the lies, let the darkness live. Echoes in the swamp, whispers in the wind. Legacy to build, can't let the devil win. Cash rules the weak, but my soul don't bend. 20/30 knocking, better cleanse that sin. They want us to sleep, but the light stays on. Fake smiles, fake friends, all of them gone. Cages of comfort, we breaking out strong. Roots in the south, but the fight's lifelong. We won't stop, I won't quit. Stand for the truth, no counterfeit. Real ones rise, let the fake ones split. Repent for the lies, let the darkness live. Prepare for the storm, skies turning gray. The wolves in the suit got dues to pay. From the ashes we climb, no time to delay. The real ones prepare for the judgment day. Yeah.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to ARP in the morning. I am your host, Wise Man. Appreciate you guys pulling up and hanging out with me for a little bit on this fine Thursday morning. Hope all is well with you guys, man. I hope you guys are blessed this morning. Hope you guys are getting the day started off properly this morning. And, appreciate you guys, man. Shout out to all my ARP family members, man. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel financially. I appreciate you guys, man. Thank you guys very, very much. It is Thursday. It is Friday Eve. Weekend's right around the corner. I'm telling you, man, these weeks are flying by. We're 2/3 through the month of August. A lot of the kids, they already back in school. Football season right around the corner. Hey, man. Hey, this year is flying by. Woo. Appreciate you guys pulling up, man. We got a good show today. Not going to be long. I don't think we are anyway. Every time I say that, it always ends up being a 2-hour situation, but I don't expect that today's show will be long. Tomorrow, we got the panel show. Y'all know we do it on Fridays, panel show on Fridays. I got some pretty cool guests that are going to pull up on Friday. So I'm looking forward to that. And today's show is not going to be about what's going on in national media. We're not going to talk about what's going on in the White House. We're not going to talk about anything that's happening that mainstream media is discussing. Today, we're going to talk about some of the things that are happening in some local areas around the country that should be spoken about, on the mainstream media, but for whatever reason, they choose not to discuss this issue or these issues, more or less. So we're going to get into that, man. But before we do, I want to make sure I show some love to one of the livest chats on the daggone internet. And let me show some love, man. I appreciate you guys pulling up, man. If you have not done so already, make sure you hit that like button for me. Super chat, super thanks will be greatly appreciated. Y'all know we fighting an uphill battle over here. Again, shout out to all my ARP family members, man. And shout out to everybody that support the channel by buying your brother a coffee via CashApp. Thank you guys very much. I really, really appreciate you guys as well. Shout out to my guy Soul Driver, first person in the chat at 6:03 in the morning. Goodness gracious. Hit that like button, man. Thank you very much. Appreciate you pulling up. What's up, Dion? How you doing this morning, sister? We got Hunter in the building. And as always, Hunter always comes through with the Bible verse for the day. So I want to make sure that we get that, said here. It says, rejoice always, pray continually, give thanks in all circumstances, for this is God's will for you in Christ Jesus. 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 16 through 18. Thank you very much, Hunter, man. That's awesome. I do agree with that. Rejoice always and pray continually and give thanks in all circumstances, man. I think so many of us, we come to God when we got an issue, right? We're dealing with a little sickness, we're going through some adversity, and we come, but we should always go. Even when things are going well, we should still continue to always give thanks. When things are not going well, we should continuously give thanks. We should. You should have that type of relationship, man. If you don't, I think you should work on it. Shout out to Mark Galvin. Appreciate you pulling up this morning. Lori Addison in the building. Shout out to B. Appreciate you pulling up this morning, as always. Thank you very much, sister. Hope you made it home safely. I know you was traveling the past couple of days, but hopefully you're back at the house and you're safe and sound. Hope you enjoyed the vacation as well. Shout out to Redefine Queen. Appreciate you pulling up this morning. Shout out to Kevin Caldwell. Shout out to Melissa. Appreciate you pulling up. Be safe out there on the road. She says she's out there making her deliveries, out there on the island. Be safe out there. Shout out to Nelly and Sugar Shane Topics. Appreciate you pulling up this morning. Donald Lovejoy in the building. Shout out to you. Appreciate you pulling up this morning. Steve Edmister. Appreciate you pulling up this morning. What's up, LJ? How you doing this morning? What's going on? We got Vicky M. Ramsey in the building. Shout out to you. Appreciate you pulling up this morning. What up, Cool Ramon? How you doing this morning? Ed Mar in the building. Mississippi in the house. Shout out to Tater Farm. Appreciate you pulling up this morning. Appreciate you. Angela Montgomery. Appreciate you pulling up this morning. Appreciate you pulling up this morning. Amber Young in the building. We got Chester out of Massachusetts in the house. Shout out to you. Appreciate you pulling up this morning. We got Deborah Carver in the building. Shout out to you. Appreciate you pulling up this morning. Who else we got up in here early? You guys was up in this jam early. Jeez. Appreciate y'all, man. What's up, Billy W? How you doing this morning? Mr. Largy in the building. Good seeing you. It's been a little minute. Who is that? We got Marilyn. Ooh. Pono Marinko. Hopefully I pronounced that properly. Shout out to Malachi. We got OK Angel. Appreciate you pulling up, man. Be safe out there on the road, Malachi. Rolling through Indiana. Appreciate you. We got Delinda House in the building. Rogue 11. Appreciate you pulling up this morning. Shout out to Pamela Townsend. Appreciate you pulling up this morning. Thank you very much. All right, who else? We got Muriel Favela. Hopefully I pronounced that properly. Southern California in the building. Shout out to you. Appreciate you pulling up this morning. What's up, George Santiago? Appreciate you pulling up, man. Good to see you this morning. We got ICU in the building. Okay, I see you. Appreciate you. Stasia in the building. Thank you very much. Good morning to you as well. Jane Fecto in the building. Good morning to you as well. Appreciate you pulling up this morning. We got Serge. Is it Pamphil or Pamphile? Hopefully I'm pronouncing that properly. Appreciate you pulling up, man. Judy, is it Housel? Hopefully I pronounced that properly as well. Appreciate you pulling up this morning. Thank you very much. All righty. What's up, MJ? How you doing this morning, brother? I sent you an email, sent you an invite. Let me know. Appreciate you pulling up this morning. What up, Big Tim? Appreciate you. All right. W Healthy Self. Appreciate you pulling up this morning. We got Lockhart Perspective. Appreciate you pulling up this morning. And Money B. Appreciate you pulling up this morning, man. All right. Like I said, we got a pretty good show today. What's up, C. Bergie? And we got Jasmine in the building. Shout out to you. Appreciate you pulling up this morning. Thank you very much. All right. So we're going to get things started, man. What's up, Dr. Kyla? How you doing this morning, sister? Hope all is well. And Vicky P. And B in Step. Appreciate you pulling up this morning as well. And Andre Fishing, man. Appreciate you pulling up, man. ATL in the building. Shout out to you, man. Appreciate you. All right, man. So we're going to get the show started, man. Like I said, hit that like button. Hit that like button for me if you haven't done so already. Super chat, super thanks would be greatly appreciated. Y'all know we're fighting an uphill battle over here, man. Appreciate you guys, man. Like I said, we got a really decent show. I'm going to say decent. We got a good show today. We're going to cover some things that you probably haven't heard about on mainstream media, but it is making its rounds, you know, on these internet streets. Blessed by God always. Appreciate you pulling up. We got Knitter in here, and you know, what was that? Sav said ATL is Sodom and Gomorrah. It's both of them. I think people always throw Sodom and Gomorrah. They say Sodom and Gomorrah like it's two places. It's actually or like it's one place, but it's actually two. But you know, Dr. Kylie says she went camping. Oh man, y'all went camping? I hear that. Got a cold and trying to stay afloat with my weak immune system. Lord have mercy. Well, hey, y'all make sure y'all keep Dr. Kylie lifted up. Let's get her lifted up in prayer and pray for healing. You know what I'm saying? Overcoming this sickness out there camping. That's awesome, man. That is awesome. I can't say that I'm a camper. You know, now I am one that would get into an RV and I'll camp that way. But I'm not trying to sleep on purpose outside if I don't have to. No, thank you. But hope you guys enjoyed yourself. But let's get the show started, man. Like I said, we got a pretty good show today, man. And we're going to get things kicked off here with my guy, I think it's called Asmo. I think his name is Asmo Gold. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that properly. I'll always be messing people's names up. But let's get going, man.
Guys, I would go to Roblox. Uh-oh. So Roblox has been in a bit of a situation recently, considering the problem that they've had with individuals trying to talk to younger individuals. This has been an issue. Convince the crazy maid to let you free. Boys and girls immersive party roleplay. Gentlemen, I think we've found our first game. Content maturity minimal. Well, that's good. How do I play this? I guess I click on the play button. Okay. Oh my god. So, fighter, baby RP tool. Whoa. 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 What is this? Okay, extra hug tools, focusing on brightening the other, perfect for players who love connection. Apparent, baby RP tool. Perfect for players with parental instincts. I guess I'm gonna click as a parent, right? I mean, do you want to add it to your favorites? No, I don't. Okay, so I'm in the game here. Okay, so I don't... What the fuck is this? This is a kid's game, by the way? Yeah, I guess...
All right. Today, as you can see, we are diving into a story. We're diving into a story that's got politicians, a TV legend, and millions of parents up in arms. Hey, if you have children that play Roblox, you need to watch this. You need to watch this. If you have children or nieces or nephews, little cousins, grandchildren that play Roblox, you need to hear this information. If you are, if you're not aware, but this story right here, it has politicians, you got a TV legend, and you have millions of parents up in arms. But before we get into the nitty gritty, you might be asking, for some of you guys, y'all may not even be familiar with Roblox, what the heck is Roblox? Hey, Roblox is, you know what? I'm going to let this guy here. We just saw, a YouTuber, Zach Hoyt from Osmond Gold TV. He tried to play it. It's supposed to be a kid's game, so they say, where players are role-playing as parents and babies with tools for extra hugs and brightening others. But if you dig deeper, If you dig just a little deeper, and you will see that it is a breeding ground for predators. As another YouTuber, Schlep, he exposed it. We're going to show that clip here in a second. Schlepp's been helping to expose and aid in the arrest of child predators operating on Roblox. But he's been ousted from the platform after the platform gave him a cease and desist order. Roblox, the people of Roblox, to own it, they gave him a cease and desist order. Roblox decried the so-called vigilante groups and declared that their actions cause more harm than good, amid several prior incidents of failing to protect children. This is real. And this prompted a U.S. congressman, a state attorney general, and Chris Hansen to demand that the platform change its ways. Now, I want to pull up this article here, and I want you guys to see this for yourself. This article right here says, U.S. politicians Chris Hansen demand answers after Roblox takes legal action against vigilante predator hunter. Now, you can see this. This is the article. If you want the actual article itself, shoot me an email. I will send it over to you so you can go through it and read it for yourself. People need to be aware of what's going on these quote unquote children's games. Y'all need to know what's going on, man. A lot of y'all think your kids are just playing a game, when in all actuality, it's a whole lot more wicked than just playing a game. On August 7th, Roblox's chief safety officer, Matt Kaufman, published a corporate blog titled How Roblox Partners with Law Enforcement. He called safety foundational to the platform, one designed for all ages, including kids under 13, and highlighted partnerships with law enforcement and child protection NGOs. Kaufman warned that any account, even those tied to vigilante groups, could face consequences up to and including removal and banning. Just 2 days later, Schlep, he announced on his X account that Roblox had sent him a cease and desist letter and terminated all of his accounts. This is crazy. This is crazy that this is a thing, but for some of you guys, y'all may not be familiar with this particular with this game, if we can even call it a game. But you can see this guy Schlep, he put it out a tweet there. Every account that I've made on Roblox has been terminated, and Roblox sent a cease and desist letter to me. Not a single Roblox predator I've gotten arrested has faced any action similar to this. I have no words. Now think about that. They know that there are child predators on this particular application. This guy Schlep has helped to get people arrested. But the people that have been arrested, they have not been banned from the game. But you ban someone that is exposing people for the predators that they are. You ban them. This Schlep character, he has been exposing child predators on the platform, and Roblox's response was to threaten him with a lawsuit and kick him off the platform. This is real. This is real. This isn't fake. I don't know if you allow your children to play these types of games, but my suggestion is that you probably shouldn't, to be honest with you.
Isn't going to be your typical video. This video is actually a call for help, and I need everybody to share this video. The Roblox Corporation has sent a cease and desist letter to me, a 22-year-old, versus a multi-billion-dollar company, threats of litigation, because I catch predators on their platform. Within the last year, me and my team have gotten 6 predators arrested within the Roblox community. Almost all of them have admitted to doing this before to other Roblox users. Every account that I've owned on Roblox since I was 8 years old has been terminated. Accounts that we were actively talking to predators on have now been banned off of Roblox. What Roblox did could potentially stop some predators from facing real-life consequences. Not to mention that Roblox has made a very firm stance that I can no longer access the Roblox platform platform anymore. Which I want to make clear at the start of this video, I will not be accessing Roblox in any capacity at this point further unless Roblox says otherwise.
It's unbelievable, man. So Roblox, which is the so-called platform for all ages, has been under fire for years for failing to protect kids. On August 7th, Chief Safety Officer Matt Kaufman bragged about partnering with law enforcement. 2 days later, Roblox sent Schlep, the vigilante, who's been catching predators left and right, reporting them to the police, and even working with NGOs, a cease and desist letter. His accounts, they were all terminated, and their excuse was, hey, they claimed that Shelp's work increases risk and delays enforcement. That was the claim. Meanwhile, predators that he flagged returned to the platform, and one was even linked to a kidnapping weeks later. Roblox, they ignored his warnings. CEO David Baszucki, he blocked him on X, and a game tied to a convicted predator got nominated for an innovation award. You can't make this stuff up, man. Yet Roblox nuked Schlepp's family-friendly accounts, the ones that paid his rent without warning, and the backlash, it was instant. So I got to throw it out there, man. Hashtag free Schlepp, hashtag boycott Roblox, and hashtag Schlepp strong. It's trending right now on X with creators like Osmond Gold and XQC. They're blasting the story to millions, which is a lot of the reason why I wanted to discuss this, because people need to know, one, that this game exists, because I don't think there are a lot of older people out there that even knows that this game exists. And I don't think people really understand that this is a breeding ground. This is a breeding ground for child predators. Breeding ground for it. Kids, this is a kids held in-game protests. Parents pulled their children off the platform, and survivors, they thanked Schlepp directly. Roblox's response was to double down, comparing predator hunters to predators themselves, insisting on official reporting tools that everyone says does not work. And now they're facing some serious heat. Louisiana Attorney General Liz Murrill, they're suing the platform for failing to protect children. And now you have Chris Hansen involved. He's working on a documentary that's going to come out pretty soon. And instead of fixing the problem, Roblox's safety initiatives are focused on banning the very people exposing predators. You can't make this stuff up, man. You can't make it up. This is ridiculous.
Being reported that the man, the legend, the OG of predator hunting, Chris Hansen himself, is doing a documentary examining what is actually going on with this whole Roblox situation. I hadn't seen this from any actual credible news sources, and you guys know that I do not like misinformation. It also turns out that Chris Hansen is a good friend of mine. So I texted him personally, went straight to the source, and he confirmed this is absolutely 100% true. For those of you who don't know, there is a YouTuber named Schlepp who has worked with Alex Rawson and Gideon to expose predators, and he was catching predators that were using Roblox, a kid's game, to lure kids, groom them, and do unspeakable things to them. But instead of thanking him, Roblox banned his account, sent him a cease and desist, and threatened to sue him. Now, not only has the entire Roblox community rallied for Schlepp, but the entire internet has gotten behind him, and it's even spread to members of Congress. The state of Louisiana is actually suing Roblox for endangering our children now. But when Chris Hansen comes in and tells you, why don't you take a seat? You know that you're cooked.
Yeah. This is crazy. There was a guy on the Sean Ryan's podcast. Wow. I can't tell you how long ago it was. It had to be earlier this year. And if I can find the clip, I'm going to play it for you. If I can find that clip. I want you guys to see this. Yeah. They're all over the place, man. Let me pull this up real quick.
Snapchat, Instagram.
No, that one may not be it. Hold up. Hold up. Give me a second here. Hopefully I can pull up the clip because he actually goes through and shows how easy it is. He shows it.
Facebook, it's access. Talkers are on everything. If we get some deep, and they tend to be children, catch these people. In way I've been helping organizations for 2.
Oh, that sucks. I hate when that happens. Bear with me, folks. Okay, I got it right here. Give me a second. I want to show this to you guys, man, because this is wild. When I saw it, I was like, oh my goodness, man. What's up, Mike C? How you doing, man? Really? We're gonna pull this and let this thing rock.
It hasn't even been 60 seconds yet.
Less than a minute. Who wants to talk to a child in a teen? Yep. Hey, want to fool around? Hey, Al. Old art.
Now, just to give you guys some context, these guys, this guy right here, he created a platform to help. He's a hacker. He's an ethical hacker. There's a difference between black hats and white hats for those of you guys that aren't familiar with the hacking terminology, but this guy would be considered a white hat. He's going to show, you know, just some of the wickedness that's going on online. I'm not going to show the whole clip, but I want you guys to see this just so you guys know how important it is to make sure that you pay attention to what your children are doing online.
To chat. I named myself Ashley Female New Jersey. 13 Female New Jersey. Let's see how many private messages come in. 2 already. 3.
It's been like 10 seconds.
Yep. Hey, want to fool around? Hey, Al. How old are you? Let me just copy that and send that to everybody because we got other messages coming in.
What chat room are you in?
Just a teen chat. Hey, you want to cuddle a bit? I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt right now that they didn't read the. Oh, he's 47.
47 years
okay
old in
with
a
my
teen
age?
chat room. You got him in what, 5 seconds? He's
Yeah.
already messaging in?
Oh yeah, there's a ton. I can't even keep up with them here because every time I click one, there's more on the list. He says he's okay.
Yeah.
I said, "Are you okay with my age?" He says, "Yes, age 13, like my profile says." I got 2 more messages, so now we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I just wanted to pull that up just so y'all know this is serious, man. And this dude wasn't even on there but a couple minutes. You know what I'm saying? And they put it out there, 13-year-old. And yo, there are some weirdos out there. There are some weirdos out there, man. You have to protect your children online. You got to protect your children, man. You have to. when you think about this Roblox situation, man, I mean, to be honest with you, I mean, some would say that it's beyond shocking. Some would say that it's beyond shocking. I mean, this is a multi-billion-dollar tech giant choosing profits over child safety. I mean, it's completely outrageous. Roblox, it has over 85 million daily users. 40% of them are under the age of 13. I don't know if y'all heard me. 85 million daily users, 40% of them under the age of 13. And these people are choosing to ignore real threats that's plaguing their platform. Now you have Schlepp, a YouTuber. He's been risking it all to expose these predators. Warned Roblox, about dangerous accounts, only to be ignored. And instead of listening, the platform banned him, calling him a vigilante and accusing him of increasing risk. Yet, after his warnings came, a kidnapping incident linked to the same predators that he flagged. It happened. It's unreal, man. The CEO, he blocked Schlepp on X. And meanwhile, games tied to convicted predators, they were nominated for innovation awards. And Schlepp's family-friendly accounts, which helped to pay his rent, they were deleted. It's crazy, man. It is crazy what's been going on, man. It's crazy. Now, I will say this. You have some investors, they're a little rattled right now. The stock has already plunged over 16%. Regulators are responding. Louisiana, they filed a lawsuit. Chris Hansen is producing a documentary, and Roblox, they rolled out a half-hearted safety measure that bans predator hunters, not the actual predators themselves. But we as citizens, man, we got to demand more. We have to demand more. Matter of fact, how about this? How about you just not allow your children to go on Roblox? Hey, Roblox can no longer use corporate PR to deflect, man. This is serious. Now, I'm not one to say that we need government always in our business, but I do think that in this case, to protect the children, Congress and state officials, they got to legislate something. They got to enforce some stricter protections and hold these tech giants accountable. We got to make sure that, we remember the heroes like Schlepp, Chris Hansen, Osmond Gold, parents stepping up. The parents are the first line of defense. There are a lot of people out there willing to sacrifice their platforms for our children's safety. This story, it needs to be told, man. Mainstream media, they're not discussing this. This is something that they're not talking about. This story needs to be shared, man. We got to support these people, and we got to push for some real change. Our children's lives are not a profit margin, man. And the word of God tells us this. Speak up for those who cannot speak for themselves. Ensure justice for those being crushed. And that's Proverbs chapter 31, verse 8, my favorite book in the Bible. We have to, man. This is outrageous that they're allowing this to happen. Now, I'm one of those kind of people, man. I don't have young children, but I do have a nephew. I do have a young niece. I do not suggest that you allow your children to be on this platform because there are a lot of wicked perverts out there, man. I don't think you guys understand how serious this is. Just in that clip, from the Sean Ryan podcast that I showed you guys, man, it is crazy. This dude, and he went on there, when he got on that platform, he went out there and said, hey, I'm a 13-year-old girl. He put it out there. You had dudes as old as, 56 years old. 56 years old, man. It's crazy. Shout out to Hunter with the $10 super chat. Says, Roblox is one of those games I would have the FBI constantly monitor. That game is a CP's wet dream, and quicker they put a stop to these people, the better. I agree with you 1,000%. Shout out to Amethyst Angel with the $5 super chat. She says, everyone needs to watch that Sean Ryan interview. I downloaded it and watched it and watched other streams with this hacker. His story is Crazy. Must watch. Absolutely. If you have not watched that daggone interview, shoot me a message. I'll send you the link. It's phenomenal. Phenomenal. But you got to see, this also scary as all get out, man, because I mean, and this dude's an ethical hacker. Again, he's a white hat. There's a difference between white hats and black hats. This dude's a white hat, meaning he's one of the good guys. You know, he uses his skill set for good. Shout out to Crystal from Beyond Labels. Thank you, Crystal, with the $10 super chat. Says, we're telling kids to be careful when they leave the house. Meanwhile, we brought all the predators in our homes with all the technology. Protect our kids. You're absolutely right. You are absolutely right. And the thing is, kids will say anything. They will say anything. They'll tell these strangers and predators any and everything. They'll have people pulling up at your house because they'll give these folks the address, thinking they're kids. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have my parents bring me over, and nah, it'd be an adult pull up. Talking about they here to see your kid, little Stevie. Yeah, it's sad, man. It is sad. And the fact that these people, they chose to ban the predators, the vigilantes, over, you know what I'm saying, the people actually committing the crime, man. It's crazy. And Tara said, not Lil Stevie. Yeah, Lil Stevie. He done gave up the address, and here comes old school. Sad, man. Really sad. Yeah. Maggot Tamara, you're absolutely right. Now, I would assume that there are some pretty wealthy people that are like, nah, we're going to ignore this, that are probably willing to pay Roblox to allow this to be. I mean, predators get access to children. 85 million daily users, 40% of them children. So that means you have 60% are not children. What are 60 what are old guys doing on this daggone application? Yeah. Crystal said they pull up looking for little Stevie and end up meeting 2A over. Yeah, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right there. Sad, man. But I want to switch gears, man. I know you guys seen the thumbnail, you seen the title. Thank you very much. True Witty with the $2 super chat says most of these game companies have gone liberal. Oh, absolutely. They've probably been liberal. I wouldn't even say gone. They've been liberal. Thank you. North Memphis, I've saw a few clips of GTA 6, but I don't think it's out yet, right? I don't think it's out, but I do not think that's a game that's for children. I don't think you should be buying any GTAs, be honest with you, to your children. I don't think that's a game for adults. That's a game for adults. I don't think anybody should be buying any Grand Theft Autos video games for their children, especially super young ones. You know, you might be able to get away with it with maybe some high school kids or something along those lines, but not the young ones. It is not a kid. It's not a game for kids. It's definitely not. But the crazy thing is, you got a lot of parents, they'll go out here and buy the game, you know what I'm saying, for some little 9-10-year-old kid, and they'll buy the game. Y'all don't even know what y'all buying. That's why I say, parents, man, hey, y'all got to get more aware of what the heck is going on. Seriously, get off your phone and get off of your internet scrolling and carrying on, and pay attention to what you buying your kids and what your kids are into. You know, as much as we're going to blame Roblox, and I think Roblox is a problem, but the parents got to do a better job of policing what their children are into. They have to. Fortnite is definitely another one. Oh, Nikki says she caught her niece talking to some adult all the way in Texas. Yeah. Yeah, Fortnite's another one. Got to be careful. Got to be careful. It's crazy. I do agree with that. The screaming elf. Parents need to parent. Absolutely. Nowadays, you got more parents, concerned, with their social media following. They're concerned, with just scrolling, on the internet, scrolling, endless scrolling. They'll be scrolling for 2 or 3 hours, don't have no idea what their kids are into or who they're talking to. Your kids say they jumped on the bike to go down the road, not even knowing, little Stevie done met up, with Jim Bob. You know what I'm saying? That drove all the way from Texas to see him. Parents got to pay attention, man. Parents got to pay attention. That's the truth. Man, I know when our kids were younger, man, I know they didn't like it, but man, we was in all of their business. All of it. We were in all of their business. Hey, there's been stories. I'm not making this stuff up. There has been stories to where these predators have talked to young people online and they've driven states to go and see these people. I'm telling you, this is true. This has happened. Now, I am glad that Chris Hansen is on it because, when Chris Hansen is on the case, you can count on some people being exposed. When Chris Hansen is on the job, hey, you can count on some predators being exposed. Oh, yeah. I want to switch gears. Man. We're going to move on to something that the mainstream media, they're trying very, very hard to ignore. Now, imagine this. A whistleblower at a state DMV exposes a scam that was basically giving out driver's license like they were candy, no testing, no documentation, just a driver's license for cash, off into illegal immigrants. And instead of being celebrated, the young lady was fired. But this story should not stay hidden. It shouldn't. I don't know if you guys have heard about this, but I want you guys to check this out, man. This is unbelievable, man.
Didn't want this out. Fraud inside Kentucky's transportation cabinet. Licenses issued without a driver's test.
It is an ongoing WDRB investigation, and tonight we hear from a whistleblower who says coworkers used her login to pull off this scheme.
The employees were being paid underneath the table.
They say sometimes
I immediately let my supervisor know about it.
truth hurts.
Did you ever think that this would cost you your job?
No.
And for Melissa Mormon,
I was angry for a long time.
this is one of those.
It hurts me that I'm talking about this and I actually like where I was working at.
Times.
I came into the office that day, my computer was shut down. I was told to go to the front door. Detectives came in, they interviewed me. That was it.
Mormon says she was fired 3 months after she sent this letter to the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet, blowing the whistle that workers at the NIA Center licensing branch were selling driver's licenses under the table to people who never took the driver's test.
Undocumented workers.
How did it work? What was going on?
The undocumented workers would come into the office in groups. They would provide them either permits or driver's license illegally. So they were bypassed without even taking the test.
How much?
$200 a person.
Up to 5 times a day, she says.
Was this an everyday thing?
Almost, yes.
I first reported on the driver's license fraud investigation in April after getting my hands on one of the state's revocation letters. We learned the transportation cabinet sent more than 1,500 of them in 5 months, telling drivers their license was issued in air and must be returned or they could be criminally charged. At the time, state officials confirmed at least 2 terminations, and ongoing state and federal investigations focused on the NIA Center in West Louisville and the E-Town license branch. But they denied all of our records requests, withholding 2,300 documents on the fraud. Mormon.
I got a question for you guys, man. $200 for a license. Don't y'all, on the black market, don't y'all think that's on the cheaper side of things? $200 on the cheaper side of that don't sound like a lot, man. I mean, if you're going to do it, at least make some real money. Now, this is wrong to do it, but yeah, they were only charging $200. You'd have thought, man, hey, you're charging $1,000 at least, right? It's crazy.
Story fills in the blanks.
I
And I do agree, Kathy, is definitely super dangerous, but entirely too cheap. $200.
I found out it may have been going on for a couple of years before it was found out.
We're told it wasn't as simple as people getting state-issued driver's license or permits without taking the test. She says 2 of her colleagues at the NIA Center approached her with a business venture, asking if she wanted to get in on the scheme.
I was asked to bring certain customers in, and they are brought in to me without signing in. And you would scan their documents as usual.
Documents made to look legitimate, like birth certificates and social security cards, according to the letter she wrote to the state. But a key to pulling off this scheme was making sure the required Homeland Security screening was never run.
I start getting these emails saying, are you doing this? Are you doing this? Are you doing this?
And that's where it unraveled. She says those workers were using her login, a password she says her bosses made her share, as all workers at the driver's license branch did not have their own. And Mormon was training to be a supervisor.
I'm not even at my desk because I'm doing various duties, or I'm not there for the day. So, things start kind of coming together. I'm like, what's going on?
Was it always undocumented workers?
Yes.
Every time?
Every time.
It does not surprise me.
Again, $200 just seems like it's just entirely too daggone cheap for this. But Crystal, hey, I see opportunities in everything, I see opportunities in everything, but this young lady, Melissa Mormon, a former clerk, and that shouldn't even be the case, right? That shouldn't even be the case. A former clerk at Louisville's NIA Center licensing branch. She just blew the lid off a massive fraud scheme. Now, she was fired. I think she does have a wrongful suit lawsuit. I'm sure this coming out, she's got a lawyer already. I'm almost for certain of that. But according to her, workers were selling fraudulent driver's license to undocumented immigrants for $200 a pop, man. I mean, these people aren't real hustlers. $200 a pop. And they were 4 to 5 of them a day. 4 to 5 of them a day, at least for 2 years. So for 2 years, and this happened across multiple Kentucky branches. She also says that she reported it back in October 2024, but instead of fixing the problem, they retaliated. After 2 workers were quietly fired, she spoke with the detective in January, and the very same day, she was fired. Governor Andy Beshear has since confirmed just how bad it actually was. Now think about this, man. These people sold almost 2,000 licenses for $200. The number is actually 1,985 licenses were sold. Those licenses were also revoked after investigators found out that they were issued with fake social security cards and birth certificates, even using co-workers' logins to bypass federal background checks. Nearly 2,000 unqualified drivers were let loose on Kentucky roads. And to be honest with you, let's just keep it real. Not only let loose on Kentucky roads, because we don't have any barriers that say you can't leave the state. I mean, if you know anything about Louisville, right across the border, you're in Indiana, and it's literally right there. What is that, a 5 or 10 minute drive? You're in Indiana. A lot of people that live in southern Indiana actually work in Louisville. So they cross state lines on a day-to-day basis. There's nobody stopping you. Cincinnati's not that far away. It's right up the road. And to get down to Tennessee, it's not that far away. So you got unqualified drivers, not just in Kentucky, but these people could be anywhere in the country. Anywhere in the country. But the state has now mailed out 1,500 warning letters threatening charges if licenses aren't returned. Threatening charges? Nah. There should be charges. There should be warrants. There should be warrants. And you're absolutely right, B. That's just the one location, because Florida, we talked about this. This seems like this is a running theme here. This is a running theme here. They're talking about, so, hey, if you don't return a license, you're going to be charged. No, you paid illegally for a license. You should be charged. And the people who was responsible that made the money they should be charged as well. And I would assume that this would be a federal charge. I mean, you're falsifying federal documents, or state documents at least, but also disregarding a federal background check. That should make this federal. The federal government needs to go on and take this, lock everybody up, and everybody that paid for a license, go on and get them too. Now, you do have lawmakers that are out there demanding a probe. Immigration attorney Adrienne Trivety, she admitted that vulnerable migrants were pressured to pay up, but the real victims are law-abiding Kentuckians, families families dodging reckless drivers while the system looked the other way. And Crystal said it. Yeah, this is the reason that insurance prices has gone up all around the country, is because the insurance companies know that there is a plethora of drivers out there that shouldn't have licenses right now. This is crazy. That's why your car insurance is going through the roof.
Adrienne Trivety helps people trying to obtain legal status, an immigration attorney for 14 years.
For those immigrants that don't have a pathway to obtain legal status, having a driver's license could mean the difference between getting home from work safely to their children, to their wives or husbands, and not for a relatively small price.
Hey, Nanny, we covered this. Well, let me say we. I covered a story about a month ago about a similar ring like this, but they were given commercial driver's license, but they were actually charging a lot more. I think they were charging upwards of $1,500 to $2,000. I covered that story on the live stream actually about a month ago. The days start to run together. So it was either a month, maybe 2 months ago, but we definitely covered that story. And all those people, they were caught, but they made a lot of money selling CDL or commercial driver's license. And they were also faking like the people went through the training. So they were faking that people went through the training, and they were also making sure that the people could get these driver's license, but they were charging upwards, I think like $1,500 to $2,000. They were actually making a lot of money do it, but they did get caught.
To be able to have that chance of avoiding deportation, even just for that day, they're willing to take it.
To Mormon, this license scheme exploited people.
I didn't want no parts of it.
Mormon says she wrote this letter with her boss on October 29th, and she spoke to detectives 3 months later. She was fired the same day.
Gut punch, yes. Very hard gut punch.
She was 2 years and 3 months onto the job, but she didn't technically work for the state. Mormon was a contractor for Quantum, a staffing agency that Kentucky hired to help fill positions in driver's license branches when they took licensing away from the county clerks.
Please record.
That's the loophole right there. So she didn't actually work for the state. She was a temp, essentially. They had her contracting. Oh, man. That's nasty work right there, man. That's awful.
Record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up.
Mr. Van Staten, this is Gilbert Corsi from WDRB News.
The Michigan-based company did not return our calls or emails.
It hung up.
It's shocking. Why would an employer punish and take retribution on an employee that reported this wrongdoing?
Mormon story, now the heart of a whistleblower lawsuit going after both the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet.
She should be a hero.
And Quantum Solutions.
There's a failure to supervise these employees. There were obviously no checks and balances.
Kentucky State Police is on it. There are serious concerns, and we'll hold anybody accountable if they violated the law.
That's basically all Governor Andy Beshear would say as we pressed on this case in April. But there was a part of our interview that didn't make our prior report, and it may be important now.
Is there an immigration component to this?
Not that I'm aware of.
WDRB is fighting in court for the paper trail to be made public, uncovering.
Makes you ask. It just makes you wonder, right? You know, why are Democrat governors always turning a blind eye to the shenanigans? Y'all know the answer, man, because it's convenient. You know, and yes, it has everything to do with immigration, man. Everything to do with it. They need these future voters. They need them. There's been politicians that have come out and said, yeah, we need more of them in our district. Right? But here's what really upsets me. Melissa Mormon, she did the right thing. She did the right thing. She reported a scam that put nearly 2,000 unqualified drivers on Kentucky roads. And honestly, let's just say American roads. And instead of being rewarded, she got fired. That's not just backwards, it's dangerous, to be honest with you. And this wasn't some paperwork mistake. This is a public safety issue. The Kentucky Transportation Cabinet, the staffing contractor, Quantum Solutions, and every employee involved should face the full weight of the law. Point blank, period. And where's Governor Beshear, on this situation? Silent on the immigration angle. Classic denial, classic denial. And that's why, trust in government, it's crumbling, man. Because people see that when the truth is inconvenient, politicians decide to bury it. And the real victims here, aren't the migrants that paid $200 or the illegal immigrants that paid $200 to skirt deportation. The real victims are law-abiding families dodging reckless drivers who never should have been given the license in the first daggone place. Now, I talked yesterday, you know what I'm saying? Was it yesterday or day before yesterday? I talked about, a tragic case out in Florida where an illegal truck driver killed 3 people. That's what happens when politicians play politics with public safety. Melissa Mormon's lawsuit to get her job back, it's just the start. But patriots, we have to demand accountability, man. And then we got to hold them all responsible, because if we don't, this isn't just a Kentucky problem, man. It's coming to every state in the union. This is real. It's very real. My sister got hit by a illegal immigrant who did not have insurance. So of course, your uninsured motorist picks up, but she had to come out the pocket for the deductible. Which at the time I believe it might have been maybe $500 or so. I can't remember, but she had to come out the pocket for deductible, even though the accident wasn't her fault, and she was hit by an illegal immigrant. At that point, if an illegal immigrant is on the roads driving and you get hit by one of them, the state should pick it up. Y'all allow this to happen, y'all should fix it. Seriously. But we got to call this what it is, man. This is willful law breaking. When you have states like Washington and California just handing out commercial driver's license to someone who is ineligible, who couldn't read English, who could barely speak English, this isn't an accident at that point. This isn't what you would call an accident. It's not. This is, you have government officials and employees knowingly endangering the lives of Americans. And here's the hard truth. Until we start criminally charging the enablers, this is never going to stop, man. You have employers choosing to look the other way, DMV employees who are, selling out, their logins, government officials who just wade through fraudulent documents. They're just as guilty as the ones behind the wheel. Kentuckians and every American deserves a government that's accountable to its people. Last time I checked, these folks, we don't work for them. They work for us. The last time I checked. To the taxpayers, to the men and the women, who are here legally and playing by the rules. Instead, we got to hold these people accountable, man. Seriously. But, instead of doing that, what we do have is a bureaucracy that rewards incompetence, shields corruption, and then expects us to pick up the pieces when tragedy strikes. I mean, this isn't negligence anymore, man. This is a conscious rejection of the law, and it has to stop. This is outrageous, man. So the people that were selling those licenses for $200 a pop, goodness gracious, man. First off, y'all hustling backwards. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's even a little couple dollars that y'all did make. You know, it's not worth the jail time that you guys are about to get. That's why a lot of times, you know, a lot of these folks, man, they don't think. You do the math on that, you know, $200 times 2,000. You do the math on that. I mean, come on, man. Shout out to JFP with the $20 super chat. Says those licenses ensure true IDs that can be used to board airlines. That's the real cancer. Yeah, you're absolutely right there. Yeah, you're absolutely right. What's going on, Dre? What's up with you, brother? Yeah, this is crazy, man. Crazy. Got Mr. Hollygrove in the building. Shout out to you. Appreciate you pulling up. Dr. Kyla said them crackhead prices. They are crackhead prices. Y'all selling basically essentially fake real IDs. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna give you that real ID. You know what I'm saying? Insignia on the daggone license, and y'all selling them for $200 a pop. Sheesh. Man, those are definitely some junky prices right there, man. Crystal, you a mess, yo. Oh, man. I mean, if you're going to do it right. But I would assume that most of these people, man, they're going to go to jail, and then they're going to be a burden on the taxpayers because they don't have any money. So they're going to use, you know, a public defender or a public pretender. You know, that's a good way to go to prison. And, yeah, y'all did that all for a couple dollars, you know, that they had to split, you know, a few ways. You know, oh man, it's not worth it. I done hit the microphone. Sorry about that, guys. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. But that's all I have for you guys today, man. Appreciate y'all pulling up this morning. Appreciate you all pulling up this morning. But y'all make sure y'all put the word out about Roblox, man. And some of these other, you know, online games and things of that nature that allow people to talk to each other. Y'all make sure y'all stay and pay attention to what's going on with these kids, man. Don't let little Stevie, you know what I'm saying, get caught up talking to some, you know, 45-year-old creep. Don't do that. You know, don't have Jim Bob coming pulling up at your house, you know, on the late night tip. Don't let that happen. Then you're absolutely right. She said that's how they get on the voter rolls. Yeah, you're absolutely right. That is exactly how they get on the voters rolls. There is no telling. So imagine how many illegals have been on voting rolls in our elections. Because, I mean, hey, if you get a license, you can register to vote. It's a trip, man. It is a trip. And you wonder why your insurance is through the roof right now. And you wonder why your insurance is through the roof right now. This is why. All righty, man. We're gonna get up out of here, man. Tomorrow, good show tomorrow, man. You know, looking forward to it. It's probably gonna go about 2 hours or so. So be prepared, you know, for that. But I do appreciate you guys, man. Shout out to all my ARP family members. Appreciate you guys. Shout out to everybody that support the channel financially. Appreciate you guys pulling up this morning and supporting the channel. RJ, it will not be an 8-hour panel. That won't happen. But it's definitely probably will be on the longer side of things. It's probably gonna be at least 2 hours or so. Excuse me. But hopefully you guys learned something today, man. Y'all got exposed or turned on to something that you hadn't heard of. You know what I'm saying? You know, appreciate y'all, man. Oh man. Yeah. But hey man, you guys enjoy the rest of the Thursday. Again, you know, Friday Eve, you know, enjoy yourself, man. Have fun. You know, stay blessed, be blessed, stay prayed up, keep God first. We'll catch up with you guys tomorrow, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, man. You guys be safe out there, man. God bless you guys, man. Take care.
Vibes so raw, can't hide the truth. Words so sharp,